Welcome everyone, it's Vapors Dragamar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. We are going to be continuing the terrifying climb. Last time, I had to deal with some really crazy stuff. With some of the most intimidating waves known to mankind. How intimidating, you might ask? I'm glad you asked. Dealing with double more 2 into... Ow. Dealing with double more 2 into like Lord Shazar's is like a recipe for disaster, by the way. Like, I was like almost thinking we just did not have the answer for it. That's how bad it was. Oh, they have a Lanicus. Are you... This is going to be rough. This is going to be rough. This is some of the most brutal Doom Tower waves I've ever seen. Oh, I'm so scared. Frickin' Nethrils and... This is really hard, by the way. Before you ask how hard this is, so imagine some of the hardest stuff you can get in Nightmare. Now imagine it's worse. Like, it's up there with frickin' Godskin Noble in terms of bane of my existence. Like, unless you have a exceptionally powerful squad, and I mean exceptionally, this is going to be a pain. Like, these champs are, like, deliberately selected to being absolutely annoying. Like, the most annoying champs you can. Almost. And they just put them in there and, like, say, haha, beat that. Like, that's literally what it feels like. Literally what it feels like. Oh, come on, man. I have to do it. I have to cleanse it. And I have to take her out. Because there's no way in hell I'm dealing with that. Like, if push come to shove, I could have Templar solo this, but that's like the most boring method of doing this known to mankind, would be to do that. I only would do that if it was the last resort. That's the fact. That's a fact. You know. I might put Dark Elhane in here just to mock him, maybe. Wow. Oh no, okay. I just spotted the Madame Ceres. Okay. Real talk. Can we get up to that boss? Because here's the thing. Doom Tower has some of the nastiest, like, soulless, freeze, crazy enemies known to mankind. And that's just a fact. One thing I've immediately spotted about their team. It all revolves around Turvold and Provokes. Which is why I'm going to take the Turvold out first. Okay, at least we got control with the drop, the turn meter, the time compression. Time compression is actually a pretty powerful skill. I'm going to shear him out. Lash him. Okay, floor 108 down. What do we got? Not too bad, actually. And then we're going to see what's on the next floor. And if we beat it, we get an epic book. Whatever the heck it is. We get an epic book. Which is nice. I'd prefer more than an epic book, but obviously Plarium's not going to give that to me. I'd prefer an epic book and an ancient shard, or 2 ancient shards. Hell, give me a full 10. Give me a full set of 10 shards, ancient, so I can pull some of these Legos you keep flaunting about in this tower. I mean, is that too much to ask? Probably, but one can dream. One can dream. One can dream. The fact that they have a lot of Vergum cars is not ideal, but we can make it work. They have a lot of magic affinity in here, so going spirit affinity would not be the move. It'd be going magic affinity would be the move, because I don't. Now that's where the nuke Kale goes into play. The full savage gear kale that I'm still trying to build. That's where that would come in handy. Man, these waves are so tanky. Now I just have to kill this Vergumcar, which sounds easy to do, but in reality is anything but. Alright, we just got him. Okay, now here we have, like, I mean, although he's a negative affinity, since his accuracy is high enough, we'll still be able to get the decreased defense. Granted, they're still so phenomenally tanky, being an army of Norogs. Norog being yet another legendary the game won't give me. Why did they have to give me a Droop Drockle? Of all the champs, of all the pulled legendaries, why did it have to be him? I mean, at least they got Black Knight, which I could develop for this kind of thing. And I also have Jareg. I'm gonna cut through this Gormlock. Here we go. Final Nether Spider. Oh joy. We'll do this later. The reason this is more than doable is because we've got Paragon and we've got some other crazy stuff now. Because all the voids are allowed. Let's chip away at this. I do not like the amount of Bashalds in here. It's really grossing me out. The amount of Mashalds in here. Guess it's worth the risk. Like, even if we lose this, it still is worth the gamble. I'm gonna go for block buffs on this setup. Throw an Ugo in there. Because I need something to deal with that, or we are going to be here all day. Where is Ugo? Yeah, we're going to be here all freaking day if we don't do something like that. You know what? I've decided this is too much trouble. I've just realized. Unless... You know what? I'm going to try something crazy. Now, I know this is crazy. But it might just work. There's a number of techniques I can use versus this. Got you. Now it's just the Valk. Is she going to be hard to kill? Yeah. Will it be worth it to kill her? Most likely. Is it better that they only have one Valk? Most likely. There's a reason I'm doing all this arena. I have to farm arena medals in gold a lot. Because without it, we're never going to get what I need. Purchase an item. Get that. Yes. Alright, so we've got this Magic Affinity Nether Spider. So we're going to want mostly Force Affinity champs. We're going to want Syl, and we're going to want her, because I don't think I can make the other one work. We are in a very dangerous area. There's a reason I'm going for this strategy. Now, I know the waves are negative affinity, but I built this team to take on the stupid Spider. I didn't build this team. I didn't build this team to do... No, I messed that up. I've got to get the duchesses out of the picture. Because this team is built to do the spider. It's not built to do the waves. That's the problem. So we're going to have to work extra hard to get to the spider. But the main thing I'm trying to do is get past it. Here's the thing. I don't believe for a second that my Cold Heart has good enough gear to fight this version of Nether Spider. I don't believe that for a second. So that's part of why I'm doing this setup instead. The block damage setup. This is not auto-friendly. Do not do this on auto. You will hate your life. Disclaimer. You will hate your life if you try this comp on auto. Most likely. So don't do it. Unless you know you have the gear, etc. to do it. Alright. Getting some burn damage on it. Not bad. Really? Okay, it heals it. Alright, note to self. Don't do that unless you want it to heal itself. Okay, that's bad. Now, I actually do have to ask myself the question. Will I beat this boss? Note to self. Do not... Okay, now the real question. Can these two jokers do it by themselves? That's the real question. These three jokers. Note to self, don't provoke the spiderlings. It doesn't help you. Okay. Can I make it? And no, I had enough taste of provoking all the spiderlings. I've had enough of that. Figured that one out the hard way. Got him! I got him! Increased defense. Drexstar versus Floor 110 Nether Spider. Yep. Drexstar destroys it. Confirmed. Confirmed. I'm going to upgrade a champion's level, not gear. A champion. But yeah, affinity does matter. Before you're like, oh, affinity doesn't matter. It does. That's the ominous part. It does. One of the reasons that Drexstar can survive that is due to his affinity. His affinity allows him to survive what would have been fatal for most magic champs. That's a fact. Prove me wrong. No. You're not going to be able to. The affinity of Drexstar is what makes that doable. Do some nightmare bosses. This is one potential setup. I'm actually going to just whop in some other crazy bonkers stuff, because I want to do this with style. I don't want to... I want to mix it up. I want to try something crazy. After this boss, I'm going to try something crazy. I want to see if there's a faster strat versus that one boss. I know destroy gear is probably the optimal way of destroying it, but there's other ways. The thing that's really aggravating about these waves is the raw amount of defense they have. The raw amount of defense they have is gross. The raw amount of defense. Please. Ah ha ha ha, your buff got removed. Ha ha. You lacked none of my skills. Literally 0 skills locked. Granted, for you even attempting that, I'm going to make you pay for it. I'm going to make you pay for it. I want to kill off his knights. Granted, I could include Syl in this, but I guess this is a fast strat. Under 5 minutes. This boss is a gas. But I'm gonna try with a different team, but there's gonna be something important with this team. Like before, we have to have Paragon. Because without Paragon, we're going to rest in peace. What else do we want to put into this mix? Maybe a speed strategy? We want to put Syl. We need Syl. We need Syl or we're going to be in trouble. And then the third one I'm just going to do standard. Brutal. I don't want to have to do 3 nightmare bosses back to back to back. Or could I? Or could I? Or could I? Oh yeah. I could. I could. And there's a reason. I have an idea. I have an idea. You kind of do need Paragon, though, to win this. It's not even for the waves. The reason you want Paragon and someone like Deacon, the reason you need Paragon is simple and annoying. You need it because this guy is a peril-happy nutbar, and there's no other way to stop the peril. That's the real issue. Because these waves, they're hard, but they're not even... They're only moderately bad compared to the way this guy spams. And how much durability he has. Because you can't just nuke him down. You have to... First things first, we've got to kill... We've got to kill Mr. We've got to kill Mr. Enethwe here. Because unless we kill Mr. Enethwe, this will never end. And we want to kill these side ads. Gotta keep that damage control up. Because if you don't, he will mess you up like that. Now the reason I go for this is because once we start proccing his peril, which we will inevitably end up doing, he's gonna spam it non-stop on this guy. Just you watch. Well, either he's gonna peril Kale, or he's gonna peril this guy. Let's see who he selects. Does he select him still? Because I know he's going to select someone to peril. There's no avoiding that. The question is, who? Because generally speaking, you have to choose a target that he perils. That's how it goes. Generally speaking, I have well, it depends on how you want to think about it. But here's a hidden, I feel like a hidden final boss. You know? This guy. Now, from memory, he's a complete pain in the butt. From memory. Guess we can try this combo. I don't know if it'll work, but we can try it. The higher you go up, the more their defense goes up. And the less cheesing them like this works. Like, you have to start using stuff like Paragon. Paragon is good, though, for a lot of advanced content. Not all of it, but a good amount. Hey, Mashald. I still want you on my team. When are you gonna get on my team? Come on. Get on my team. Get on my team. Do it. Before you ask, it's completely worth to do this. Because it gives me gold arena medals. Every gold arena medal gets me closer to getting Arbiter. Every single one. I need 700 for the next one. And if you don't believe me, right there. Followed by Arcane Keep. Mixed Potions, Spirit Keep, Mixed Potions, Magic Keep, Mixed Potions, Force Keep, Mixed Potions, Void Keep, Mixed Potions, Equip 3 Champs, Tier 6 Masteries, Reach Gold 1, deal 15 million damage to Brutal, upgrade a Great Hall bonus to level 8. Upgrade more Tier 6. Arcane Keep, Ice Golem, Dragon's Lair, Minotaur's Labyrinth, more Tier 6 Masteries, Fire Knight, Spider, level 9, Stage 15 of the Spirit Keep, 10 times on auto, Rank 6 Ascension, do 10 times on Magic Keep, level 6 of Ascension, Force Keep, Force Champion Ascension, Void Keep, Void Champion. I did some of that. Win 200 Classic Arena Battles. Level 10. 39 million to Nightmare. 17 or higher of Ice Golem. 17 of Dragon Lair. 17 or higher of 75 million to Demon Lord. 20 Ice Golem. 20 Dragon Slayer. 20 Fire Knight. And 20 Spider. And finally, 10 million damage to the Demon Lord on a single difficulty, minimum difficulty, Nightmare. Oh, is that going to be fun? Oh, yeah. That's going to be great.